Welcome back, everybody. My name is Tim. This is another Real Ideal Gear review. Today we're looking at the Nebo Swivel. As far as I know, this is an Amazon exclusive. It's a flashlight that's the result of my search for the ultimate everyday carry flashlight, which really is a AA version of this, not particularly of this brand, but just of this style flashlight, so that it's a little bit thinner. And I came across this flashlight and thought, okay, so this is the closest thing I've found so far. And I've spent weeks looking for a flashlight like this, and I have not come across one like this that's AA sized as far as the barrel diameter goes. So this is larger than that. But it is the right style. So to me, having a swivel head for an everyday carry flashlight it's a game changer. Okay, I don't know how else to say it. Like, you carry these straight flashlights around, and and you get a swivel head, and it's like, oh wow, you can really do some different things with a swivel head. Just adds more versatility to what you're using. So let's go through this review on the positives and negatives of this flashlight, and then we'll go through the uses and applications that I see for this flashlight. And you're going to find this flashlight has so many applications, and part of it has to do with the swivel head, the magnetic tail cap, all that stuff. So let's go through the positives and negatives. Now, what are the negatives of this flashlight? Well, the first off, it's the clip. It's not the most robust clip, but it does work really well, okay? I would say that this is a clip that you could put, let's say you put this flashlight on your ball cap. I think this would work for a ball cap. I just think, a lot of activities like running, jogging, or moving briskly, we'll just put it that way, may result in this flashlight slipping off your ball cap, okay? Now, the nice thing about this, okay, so ball cap, all right, I've got it right here. If this is on your ball cap, look, like, you can have this point straight down. So if you're reading a map or doing something, or you're working with your hands, directly, looking down, this is the versatility that you get with a swivel head on your ball cap. Obviously, you get the straight ahead view too. So if you're walking, hiking, and it's low light or no light, you get that versatility as well. So I'm already getting into the positives. The clip is good. It's okay. It's not the best. It's okay. It's actually a really hard clip to remove from the barrel. Not really hard, but it's secure. This is not going to pop off, okay? What else do I not like about this? I don't like the magnetic tail cap. I don't think it's strong enough. So here's a Swyvel Vision. Great knife. If you haven't picked one of these up, pick one up. The button lock on here is phenomenal, all right? I'm already scratching this up from the previous take of this video. But magnetic tail cap, it's okay. Does it work? Yeah, it works. But when you start putting a little bit of vibration onto it, it does come off somewhat easier than I would like. Now, if it's static, let's say you're using it around the home, you're not going to have that, so don't worry about it. Does it hold its own weight? Yes, it holds its own weight at the fully straight position as well. So, if you have it clipped onto the side of something, under the sink or on a water heater or something like that, no problem, okay? So it's not the strongest, but it's not the weakest either. So that's something else I don't like about the user interface. There's no lockout on here. I wish it had a lockout, because when you have this in your pocket, you would definitely want to have this button locked out. There's no way to unscrew the tail cap on here to also kind of lock out the battery from being used so the flashlight doesn't turn on in your pocket. So this is an integrated battery. I don't find integrated batteries a bad thing overall, because as long as you can charge the battery and it lasts, a few years, you're going to get use out of a flashlight like this. This is a cheaper flashlight. This is not an expensive flashlight. If it was an expensive flashlight, I would want a screw-off tail cap or a screw-off head so I could access the battery. But that's not the case for this. That's okay, all right? It's okay. I'm okay with that. What I don't like about the battery, and it really has to do with the charger, is this proprietary magnetic tail cap stuff. Now, I've seen other videos where they talk about the magnetic tail cap. If it's everyday carry, it's not a big deal. You come home, you put it on there, and it's good to go. And I get that. That's not my issue. Isn't that at all? My issue is if I'm out in the field doing my work, my landscape contracting work, and I'm using this flashlight for an extended period of time to the point where it starts to wear down and it's not very usable. Now what? I got to have multiples of these, okay? And because it's proprietary. And so to me, the cost, you're adding to something that's totally unnecessary, which is have a USB-C charging port and a cord, and I can access this all the time with all the other stuff that I have USB-C plugs. So that proprietary charging system is not my favorite at all. So that's another piece to this. No lockout. But overall, these are not huge things. These are not deal breakers when it comes down to this flashlight, but the positive sides far, far outweigh the negatives. First positive, obviously, is the swivel head. You get such versatility with something like this. We already talked about using it on the ball cap. You have the magnetic, the magnetic tail cap on here, so you can set it on something, shine it around. You can rotate this. So one of my I use this actually quite a bit with any flashlight I have with a magnetic tail cap. I have it with me when I'm doing my landscape and lawn work, because when I get home later at night and it's low light or dark, I use this as an auxiliary light, backup light, because I don't have a backup light on my trailer that shines off to the side, especially if I'm backing up and I'm curving and turning the trailer into a parking spot. I need to see not behind the trailer, I need to see off to the side. So this affords me that, because I can rotate this in such a way that it can point off to the side at an angle, and I can adjust the angle, whether it be right behind, and all I'm doing is I'm turning the barrel and I'm getting the right location for that. So that's another example of that. Obviously, working at home, you can adjust the angles anywhere. You put it on something that's magnetic, and I can adjust the angle and turn and make a really good, I can light up what I want to light up. That is huge. All right. 1,000 lumens is another one. You get 1,000 lumens out of this, which is fantastic. There's 4 levels. You have turbo, high, medium, and low. I'll put the lumen output out here down below. You have a better run time with a battery size this big than a AA battery. So you give up a little bit of the efficiency of space in your pocket for something that has more run time. Okay. So to me, this is a lot like, and this is why, one of the reasons why I bought it, because it's like, oh, this is very close to the Olight Baton 2, I think it is, the smaller one, the S1R. This is about the same size from the head down to the magnetic base. Now, with the swivel head on here, it's going to take up more space because you have a swivel head that has to move around and it has to have the emitter in there and everything else. So you're going to have a longer flashlight to start with. But this really is, right here, this is almost identical in specs, dimension-wise, to the Baton. So for that reason, I like this. I think the capacity is good. I think the output is good. You've got high, medium, and low, so you've got the 3 levels. The low is not ultra low. It's not a moonlight low, which I'm fine with, because this is more of a utility light, so I don't need ultra low. I need something that's low that runs for a long period of time. And that's what this thing does very, very well. And if I need to light up something for security reasons, let's go back to EDC. So if I'm using this for multiple purposes, if it's EDC, I can go right to turbo mode. So how do I get there? We're going to click on, it starts off at high. Every time it starts at high, then it goes down to medium, then it goes to low, okay, and then it goes off. Now, if I'm on any of these modes, let's just say I'm on low, all right, and I want to go right to turbo, I just press hold, and it goes right to turbo, okay? And then I go to low, and then it goes off. So it'll jump right up to turbo, and then when you click it again, it goes back down to where it was. Double click for a strobe. I'm not going to turn that on, but just a quick double click for the strobe, and you've got that self-defense piece there. So overall uses for this flashlight, yeah, this is an everyday carry type flashlight. I don't know about pocket carry, but as far as everyday carry, like if you had this in your jacket pocket, if you have a pouch that you carry around with you, with your work bag, whatever it is, this would definitely be a great flashlight for that. Camping, hiking, that kind of thing, outstanding flashlight for this. Have it in your vehicle, absolutely. Like if there's anything that you want, any flashlight you want to have in your vehicle, this would be the one. If you have it in your vehicle, you better make sure you have the charging cord with you in the vehicle and just leave the two together. Okay, don't have this at home. If this is a vehicle, wherever you put this is the downside of this. Again, coming back to the magnetic tail cap charging system. Wherever you have this flashlight, primarily, is where the charging cord needs to be, because it's proprietary. Okay, so keep that in mind. Also, if you're everyday carrying this and you're bringing it back and forth, pack the cord in there with it. Okay, so this is the downside to a proprietary charging system. So overall, I think this flashlight is highly, highly versatile. To me, it's not the right size for my pocket. I want something that's pocket carry, and I also want something that has a lockout switch on here for pocket carry. But I love the swivel aspect of this. The high output, 1,000 lumens on here is great. It has a good beam. So we'll turn this on here. Let's turn the lights down. But it has, I think, just a really versatile beam. It has a good hot spot, okay? And you can see that in the center. I'm just holding it up. That's about a foot off of the desktop there. You have a good hot spot in the center, good spill on the sides. So as far as like just, lighting up a room, you're going to be able to light up the room and also get some distance out of this. If you're outside of a room, you're outside, parking lot, wherever. Oh, and I got to go through the 3 steps here. There we go. Turns it off. So overall, the beam I think is pretty good too. So applications for the beam, I'm not a huge fan of a flashlight like this for close quarters type stuff. I have a keychain flashlight. I carry another flashlight that has kind of a wider spill to it. But something like this, for me, I would carry separately, and I would use this more for parking lots, hiking, camping, car, vehicle type stuff. We need to reach out and light something up, okay? That's really, to me, and I've kind of narrowed my uses down for flashlights to that. So I'm just not going to carry this one as a pocket carry for size, but also the beam itself is not quite what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a little bit more of a wider, more flood-like type dispersion of light. Because most of the time, honestly, I'm looking under car seats, I'm doing something in the garage, or I'm doing something up close in the engine compartment, and I don't need a spot of light. But versatility-wise, it does a good job of reaching out there and also spreading some light out there. So let me know what you think of this flashlight in the comments down below. If you have any idea of where a flashlight like this with a AA battery exists, I want to know. Because that, to me, again, is the ultimate in EDC carry. Reduce the size of the diameter of the flashlight, easier pocket carry. If it's pocket carry, it needs to have a lockout switch on here, that kind of thing. Clip, yeah, it definitely has to have a clip. But that's what I'm looking for. So put that in the comments down below. What do you think of this flashlight, the Nebo Swivel? If anybody else out there has the Nebo Swivel, I want to know what you think of the flashlight. How do you use it? What do you think of the magnetic tail cap? Because for me, kind of a question mark. Those are kind of things I'm looking for in the comments. So there you go. My name is Tim. This has been another Real Ideal Gear Review. We'll catch you guys next time.